At the young age of 4, I owned my first ever gaming system, the Nintendo DS. On that handheld, I consumed many games, playing Mario games, horrible movie tie-in games, and many others. And I got addicted. From there I got a 3DS, and a couple of years later, I eventually expanded into the console space, the Xbox 360. First few games I got for the 360 were Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 and Smurfs 2. Though Smurfs 2 isn't important. Most Wanted 2012 for me was the first legitimate exposure to racing games for me. Got me introduced into the world of cars. And even though Most Wanted 2012 was a good experience, it didn't pull me into that world of car culture. That was until Forza Horizon 2 dropped. I remember picking up the game in November 2014 or so at my local GameStop with my mom. I also remember thinking that the Huracan in the cover was a new version of the Aventador. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I wasn't able to play until Christmas Day as it was a Christmas present. And when I got to play it, I grinded through it like crazy. Finished it within 2 days, and after many hours on both versions and many years later, this game today is still my favorite game ever. Yes, my most favorite game. Here's why. A game's opening is one of the most important parts of a game, as it could be a deal breaker of you not being interested enough to continue or being pulled into its virtual world. The Forza Horizon series takes no exception of having outstanding openings, but one stands out the most.
Open your eyes. Listen closely to the sound of my voice. With every word and every number, you move faster and faster. On the count of 10, you will be in Horizon. I say, 1. Your pulse begins to quicken. 2. Your friends rattle in the back seat. 3. You're moving faster and faster, the ocean roaring beside you. 4. Your thoughts begin to wash away in a cloud of wind and dust. 5. Colored lights flurry in the distance. 6. The lights shudder. Everything lost in a thin blue haze. 7. You hurtle faster and faster into infinity. 8. The crowd thunders. 9. You cross into a larger, more colorful world. On the count of 10, everything you've ever known fades away. You will be in Horizon. I say,
10. This intro consecutively bodies all the other games simply because right when you plop in the disc, it puts you right into the world that you're about to experience in a way that doesn't need to introduce you to any characters off the bat, and instead provides outstanding visual aids captured in real life. The voice you hear throughout the segment is literally not even a character in the game, bro. Just there to simply let you be aware of the Horizon experience you're about to consume. After that segment, you get put into the beautiful streets of Castelletto as you're set to drive the Lamborghini Huracan to the Horizon Festival. And boy, this intro bangs! The drive to the festival in this game is literally a dream. This whole game is a dream. Like, you can't tell me this game doesn't go hard. Look at the roads you're driving on. We don't get roads like this anymore, bro. Anyway, you drive at the festival and you're introduced to the Horizon head of the game, if you will, my guy, Ben Miller. Title drop. Now, this game is set in the southern hemisphere of Europe, covering 2 countries, Italy and France. And at the time, this concept of having 2 major locations was crazy. Still is today, as this is the only game in the series to do it. And let me tell you, the map does not disappoint its feet, as the map is arguably one of the best maps in the series to this day, nearly below Horizon 3 in my opinion. All the main locations, excluding Montalino, are diverse places in their own ways. Castelletto, Nice Mancena, San Giovanni, San Martin, Cisteron are all bangers, and I didn't even get to the secondary locations, the docks, golf course, airport, abandoned castle, zone industriale. All in all, this map has it all. Doesn't disappoint in any aspect. The vibe provided within this game is very distinct and different from the other Horizons, as this game treats the festival setting as a low-key, chill way. What I mean is essentially this game takes the traditional festival vibe in Horizon 1 and fuses it into this luxurious, relaxing, fantasy type vibe. This vibe hasn't really been captivated the same way since, and for what it is, makes the game all the more nostalgic for me, as this game's soundtrack bounces this vibe phenomenally well. The soundtrack is one of the strongest in the series in terms of connecting to the feel of the game. To this day, it's still my favorite soundtrack, probably of all time too. Maybe tied with Most Wanted 2012 soundtrack though. Now, let's get into the critical, juicy stuff. We're talking gameplay and progression, arguably the most important aspects of the game. Now, does this game nail it and live up to its predecessor? Well, yes, mostly. The progression and gameplay in Horizon 2 doesn't include a story as Horizon 1 did, as well as the overall layout of it being way more tame. So basically, after driving the Huracan to the festival, you have the option to choose your first car. Cars being the Camaro, the Z4, or the Supra. From there, you have the opportunity to partake in the Horizon Heats. Afterwards, you start your first road trip to Castelletto, where you start your championship journey to the final race, the Horizon Finale, which requires 15 championship wins to beat the game. Afterwards, you do that once more. So, you have to do the same amount of championships, same amount, and then doing the Horizon Finale again after doing it. I don't know why. For completion, though, you need to complete 168 championships in total. And that's a ton. You can pick any car to use for a championship, as you have the option to choose what car type you like for said championship. So no car or class limitations like in Horizon 1. You can also change cars in between races if you own another car within that same car type. After each individual championship, you'd go to another location on the map, and after finishing every 3 championships, the road trip will conclude after a drive to the festival seeing the championship standings, leading to the next road trip. All the main event types in single player only are championships. Although there is stuff like bucket lists that are optional and showcase events you'll get to do every now and then, in which you keep the car you drove if you win the showcase event. Your level comes into play as well, as every time you level up, you earn a real spin, which was the first time we seen these in the Forza game. Probably the best appearance as well, due to it not being too generous. What also makes the first appearance is skill perks, which is the general games perk mastery instead of the individual car perk mastery we have nowadays. So all in all, the progression this game offers is very straightforward, and maybe a bit too straightforward for its own good. Don't get me wrong, it's a solid system, but the fact that there's only championships to do can make things very repetitive after a while. Choosing different cars from different car types every championship can prevent that. However, I think that's not enough. Though overall, it's a solid traditional progression system. The multiplayer this game offered was a very fun experience. I was fortunate enough to experience a lot of time with both online modes before the servers went down.
Take the real way in the roundabout.
Both modes were great. Online free roam was essentially free roam online, so you're able to grab a total of 11 friends and just chill with them around the map, as well as host races or play on games for your group to do if you're a host. Online Road Trip was essentially you doing championships online, so every player got to vote for what location they like to go for their championship, which consists of not only races but also play on game events as well. So the multiplayer this game had did not miss its mark in my opinion. It's sad that it's no longer available. Forza Horizon 2 for me is a game that's in a very special part of my heart. Not only did it get me synced into this world, but also got me synced into the car world. This game turned me into a car enthusiast I am today. If it wasn't for this game, this video wouldn't exist, and this channel may have not exist. It's sad to see that this game doesn't get enough talk compared to the other games, as most people view this game as one of the best in the series. But hey, finally spoke on my piece on why this is my favorite game. Anyways, that's it guys. Thank you for watching the video. Leave a like. Comment on what you feel about this game. I'd like to see you guys' opinions on this game. You guys think that this is the best in the series? I definitely do. But yeah, more reviews are coming on. The next review is gonna be on Horizon 3, so get stoked for that. I don't know when that is gonna come out, but it's coming very soon, so just stay tuned for that. But anyways, that's it.